I had to take special care with compiling this message. I had to stop a lot, come back to it, because I know how sensitive it can be to listen to the infamous astrologers give discourse when it comes to females. I know people don't like when I have to talk about females. If that's what I'm anointed for, that's what I'm anointed for. It's part of the overall message and theme. Nothing moves without females. So let's understand them and let's learn from them. Jupiter in a natal birth chart, it often is used to indicate and explain the husband. Jupiter, the husband. Jupiter is headed into Cancer out of Gemini, which shows that the collective attitude of the husband is leaving scrutiny. It's leaving public scrutiny through Gemini. And it's coming into a position of care, security, and nurturing as what he will be recognized for. This is not to be misunderstood for the moon conjunct Mars at Leo, which is the Captain Save-A-Ho ass nigga. Faster than a speeding bullet, bolder than a locomotive train. Digging in his wallet to get some loving. These are two different characters that are to intercept the feminist / liberal mindset female, this particular version of the female in society, as she falls from the illusion of grace through Venus conjunct Chiron. If y'all don't like it, write a letter to God and say, I don't like it. Don't get mad at the infamous astrologers. Understand that. That's your problem. I'm the journalist and I'm telling it like it is. I don't want to hurt feelings. I don't want to offend. But I can't help what the message does. I'm trying to clean up, you know what I mean? That's why I've been stopping and going on this, because I'm trying to hold myself accountable with how I talk, all right? But I came to the conclusion, I gotta be myself, I gotta be authentic. My shadows is here with me. They stink, they dirty, they got shit all over them. Shitty sidewalks, New York. Yeah. I apologize, but I don't apologize. Ain't nothing I could do about that. I'm sorry, we funky, we stankin', and I'm here, nigga. You know what I mean? Take it or leave it. Jupiter indicates husbands. So we have a year of reconciliation with the perception of husbands, the attitude about husbands, the ideals of husbands. And what this means is that husbands are going to become the ideal of security. They're coming out of the ideal of being the point of scrutiny, the point of blame, the scapegoat. He was a narcissist, so I divorced him. I outgrew him, so I divorced him. Oh, we just grew apart, so I divorced him. I was getting bored, so I divorced him. He wasn't about anything, so I divorced him. I got a college degree and he didn't, so I divorced him. This shit is over. Nobody's hearing that no more. She got to think of something deeper. But the fall from grace is going to force a recognition, a realization, a revelation of the importance of husbands, especially for the African American female, who's least likely to ever have a damn husband. President Trump sent her ass home from the plantation. Black woman, get your ass out of here. We don't need you no more. We're done using you. Go home and find a husband. Go home and make peace with your community, Cancer. With your household, Cancer. Go home and reconcile all of your relationships and heal them. Practice forgiveness. Practice understanding. Cooperation. Get a husband. No more fucking and sucking. No more serial dating. Swipe right, swipe left. Get a husband. Put some clothes on and get a husband. Figure out who you are as a married woman. Figure out your identity as a married woman or wife. Put some respect on your name finally. Not overbearance, attitude, arrogance, defiance. You are known as the fighter dog. The pit bull with the scars and scrapes and cuts all over his face. That's you. The nigga with the missing tooth who just came home from prison so you could tell he been banging all his life. Banging for dear life. Stop that shit. And put some clothes on while you at it. Respect yourself. Take your image and raise it higher through modesty and chastity. Keep your fucking legs closed. Donald Trump took down every safety net and handrail that would have enabled and facilitated your narcissistic attitude to continue through the powers that be in the infrastructure of society through feminism, liberalism, and the use of females for political leverage, especially the African American woman, not the Caribbean black woman, not the African black woman, not the Hispanic black woman, the African American woman specifically. Take your ass home and figure out why the fuck you don't got no husband. Get a husband. Make peace with that reality. There are plenty of good men out there. You have just been used to turning your nose up at good men, calling them boring, calling them green, calling them lame, calling them broke. But you broke. You're fucking broke. Right along with them. If it's true. Your appetite for consumption and consumerism is far greater than anyone on the planet Earth. The infamous astrologist is not exaggerating. Please call me out if I'm lying. She's the greatest consumer on the earth. So of course you have these expectations that he got to make all this money. Why? To support your addictive habits of consumption, illusions of status and competition with your sister. You get a man to compete with the image of your sister. You dress to compete with the image of your sister. You pursue goals to compete with the image of your sister. And all of you come together to compete against who you envy the most, the male, the man, and all of his strength. You're being asked to go to fuck home. Get out the 10th house. Leave the 10th house. Please exit from the 10th house. Your ambitions, your career goals that you sold your soul for, that you sold the happiness and security of your children for, that you destroyed your families for, that you hung a nigga for, to pursue. Now it's time for an authentic expression of yourself, and it is not through ambitious careers. You are not a creator. Man is creator, not you. Man is in the image and likeness of God. He's a creator. But where is a creator going without a facilitator? Without someone who has the skills, the administrative skills, the organizing skills, the executive skills. The enterprise experience and skills and mastery. All that shit that you was doing for massa since the 80s. You now have it to use for yourself and your community, your family, through your husband. And put it behind his creative vision, as he is the creator. Get out of the way of your damn ego, your arrogance. You want to be him so fucking bad. Children of this whole entire earth stand behind and admire the warmth of the black man's creativity. All over the fucking world. People love and admire the creativity of the black man. But the black woman is so jealous of him. She will come and capitalize off of his light, off of his influence, his wealth, his name, his brand, and monkey branch to the next one after she get done sucking them dry. Because she's selfish. And she's jealous of his destiny. You were not meant to lead him. You were not meant to be his leader, to give him marching orders, to tell him what the fuck to do. No, you wasn't. It's the other way around. And you should learn how to have some shut the fuck up-itness so you can realize the benefit and grace in that when you put yourself behind the proper man. Try to fast from the thugs, the street niggas, the athletes, the people out here who you think is getting so much money. Did it ever occur to you that character has far greater and lasting effect than money? No matter how much money a man has, his character is what the money will amplify. He will be more of what his character already is through the money. You, the African American female, has been a moving and nurturing force behind evil, darkness, crime, wickedness, bad things and bad people. Promoting, clapping for, enabling, supporting the worst characters of our community. But you haven't tried to focus on husbands yet. When you do get one, you get bored, you think the grass is greener on the other side, and you manifest a divorce rate at 70%. Shame on you. You're in a pickle now. But it doesn't mean doom and destruction. It's actually a blessing. Massa is sending your black ass home. And it's going to cause you to realize what the real order should have been all along. It's going to humble you so that you can have some compliance and cooperation. And you will see that your natural place is behind him, next to him. Because surely everybody on this globe sees what the black man has to offer to the world. From intellectual arguments, creativity and arts, and damn near everything that was invented in the United States of America was by a black man or woman, especially the black man. That's facts. But you're the only one who seems not to know what you got. You're the only one who doesn't realize the value of a black man because you're always distracted by the lust of Pookie and all the drama that comes with him, the clout, the attention, a big fucking kid. It's time to grow up. The infamous astrologist was accurate for the past 2 years in calling what was coming down the pipeline. And here is the day, the turning point, where you will learn to have a husband. I want to start out with this particular detail before we even get into this discourse, in which I'm actually going to repeat this detail within the discourse. However, I want to lead with it. And what I want to lead with is sex has different considerations now. I want you to think about that. It has different considerations now. By the stroke of Donald Trump's black pen, females of America have a lot more to consider before you pull down your drawers and start fucking. Before you start fucking and sucking, you got more to consider now. So tell me that the placement of Donald Trump as president is not a blessing for this nation, even though you may not like the personality or the person. Indirectly, it is causing self-determination, accountability, responsibility, maturation, the use of wisdom. It's forcing us to realize these powers of ourselves. The system used to enable females' worst behaviors sexually. It don't matter what happens as a result of this Saturday night, because if I fuck around and have a baby with this complete stranger, with this drug dealer, with this thug, with this knucklehead, with this person whose last name I don't even know, I just met him at a club, it don't matter, because there's safety nets in American society. There's handrails and crutches. There's no way I could fall. But what happens when the pen of Donald Trump took away every handrail and safety net from females in America? It's not a punishment. No. It's not offensive to females. No, the fuck it's not. It's the equality that you was asking for. It's the equality that you was marching for, that you was protesting for. Women's rights. Women's rights. We deserve. We want equality. We want equal rights. Bitch, you got it. Wish fulfilled. Yeah. You got it now. You can't sign up for the state or the government to give you your portion of adult responsibilities, while at the same time, you are so dedicated to being as single for as long as you can. You're dedicated to being in a dating pool, dating, and I'm dating, and I was dating, and yes, I was dating, and I'm still dating, and I'm considering dating, and I was dating. The other day I was dating, and I'm going to be dating and dating and dating. These some dating ass bitches in America. And dating don't mean they go out with somebody, have a fucking steak, and go home. No, they fucking half of these niggas. Or more than half. It's a career of fucking. A lifestyle of fucking. Until they get tired. Yeah. And if I have an accident, if she get pregnant, you can't get food stamps. You can't get Section 8. Not like it used to be. Abortions was almost kicked all the way out. I mean, that shit was a close call. But what I'm saying is, Okay, even jobs, careers, massive layoffs affecting females. Females are falling from the sky. The first fall from the sky was celebrities when Black Moon Lilith was going through Leo. Okay, 2023, 2024. Black Moon Lilith was going through Leo. That was a fall of celebrities. Now it's the fall of liberal females and feminists. Now we're watching them fall from grace, or the illusion of grace. And in that fall is a contact with reality for them. Disillusionment. All the gas is gone. So if you fuck around and have a baby, there's no more safety nets. See, some people are going to be too slow to even think about that. They're going to be fucking tonight on Saturday, taking into no consideration that the whole world around them has changed. They still going to be full of that black girl magic in their head, hyped up off the gas of feminism, thinking that it's the same reality, and it's fucking not. This goes to show it don't matter how much college education you got, that still does not determine how intelligent you are. Hello, is anybody home? Females are getting kicked off the plantation. They're going back to their original crisis, which is, I better get a man. I better get a husband. I need help. I need support. I need protection. I need security, so on and so forth. They're being sent back home to that foundational impulse of their nature. And if they have a baby, you don't have the same resources. If you lose your job, if you get laid off, okay? So this is not a panic call, but what I'm saying is females are being put back in a natural state, and you really have equality now. Equality is truly manifest now. So now who are you? Now what do you want? What is valuable to you now? What type of men would you consider now? What's your attitude about marriage and pregnancy and life overall? What now? College degree upon PhD and bachelor's and masters and so on, that did not stop you from getting sent off the plantation. That did not stop you from getting laid off. Yeah. What now? There's no more safety nets in society for females. None. So if you're out here dating and fucking, you have to change what you consider at the checkpoints of your decision making, because the outcome has different factors now to consider. But how many will even realize that the stats of females in America has changed overnight? The African American female specifically, her entire reality has been completely changed over fucking night. But here's what the infamous astrologist knows. They don't know it. They pay it no mind. Because African American females don't tend to care about things like that until it's right in front of them. That's when they care. The infamous astrologist is always ahead, always looking miles ahead. Have these conversations with your family. Have these conversations with your children, and especially your daughters. Have these conversations with your sons. Let them know what time it is, where the changes are happening so they can be ready, prepared for it. Understand. The future is much different. Not good or bad, it's different now. There's opportunity in it. There's also misfortune in it if you don't respect what has changed. Now, Pookie and Ray Ray, Tyrone, thugs, drug dealers, basketball players, rappers, they all had their fill with the African American woman, giving her babies upon babies upon babies for generations. We've reached a point in this generation where the brothers who tend to display better judgment and character traditional sensitivity from political point of view, authenticity in how they show up, not as street niggas, but being themselves. The same ones who the sisters for decades call corny, dusty, green, lame, so on and so forth. They grow up to be the leaders, the heroes, the scholars, the warriors, the saints, recognized by the world, but unrecognized by Keisha. Understand, Keisha don't recognize them, but the world does. And brothers finally got to a point where when they get on a commitment with themselves, where they're operating in a mature, disciplined, and responsible fashion, authentically again, not blending in with the street nigga regime, they tend not to choose her. And that's for a reason. They choose the white girl, the Hispanic girl, the islanders, other flags and nationalities, but they don't fuck with her when they got sense. She is a great liability in the state that she's in now. Is this for all of them? No, it's not. But it is the sisterhood. She's a distraction for where he's trying to go in a productive sense. A distraction. Somebody to go to combat with. Combative, argumentative, controlling, dominating, condescending. Can't teach her, can't lead her, can't train her, can't develop her. It's a wild horse. This is not all black women, but it is the sisterhood. They are like a harem of wild horses, breeding faster than anybody else. And breeding with the most wild and untamed stallions that they can find in the wilderness. And just like with horses, one stallion impregnates a whole entire harem. It's the same with African American females. They all get pregnant by the same niggas. How you think HIV reared its head again in Houston? Just in 2023, what was that, 112%, no, 108% spike in syphilis and HIV with black women, and now it's back again? Yeah, they fucking the same niggas. The same street niggas that can't stay out of jail. They go to jail, they get fucked in the ass, playing rainbow when they get locked up, and come outside and spread that shit around. They are a very promiscuous group, untrained, uncivilized, disrespectful. And as I will explain in this discourse, this is a wild harem of horses that now is being drawn in to get broken, to break all of them in, to tame them so that they can be used. Because right now, African American females only submit to one thing, and that's their boss at work. And might I add, the thugs who they fighting over. Nobody else can control them, manage them, correct them, adjust them, admonish them, influence them. Nobody else. And not police officers, nobody. No authorities. They get even worse with authorities. You can't tell them nothing. Wild horses. We all were going through this with our Chiron, where we are wild horses. And God is trying to tame us so that we could be used. They got to get tamed first before the African American male can use them. The ones who got sense, the ones who have a vision. The visionaries among the African American males do not fuck with them. They don't fuck with black American girls. They go get white girls, Caribbean girls, or whoever else has some damn sense. They don't fuck with them. When the black man has a vision, she is the last one that he can see. Because he wants to protect that vision. It's time for everybody to be visionaries, but African American men are the only ones who don't have a fucking woman of their own community that they could trust. Their women are too distracted by Venus. But with Virgo at the South Node, that shit ain't getting ready to fly. Virgo is going to take that number 9 and fling it at Venus like a boomerang. Bam! Right upside your head. Let that nigga go. Get your ass in your place. Number 9 is going to check Venus. Anybody who's distracted by Venus, indulging in Venus, addicted to Venus, Venus is going to burn the fuck out your ass and have you to rethink. You're going to lose it, or you're going to be in a bind with it. It's that simple. Number 9 is active now. It's bringing correction to the Venus principle as well, maturity to the Venus principle. That's the attitude that Virgo has with Venus. When Venus comes into Virgo, she's not happy because she's in a finishing school. She has to be a lady when she's in Virgo. This is manifesting for African American females. They're the only ones who can't be given marching orders. They don't have authority in their self that guides them to mature reactions and responses. Wild horses. You can't use wild horses, you know what I mean? They have to be tamed. And so this harem is going to have processes of taming for these personality traits. That's the that's the Virgo South Node number 9 against the detriment of Venus that is manifesting the experience of the taming of the horses. The horses are being driven out of the 10th house. They're being driven out of the ambitious competition for worldly success and fame. They're being driven out of there. So it's you think about wild horses and they're being pushed across the field, across the plain, out of the 10th house, which the 10th house represents ambitious pursuits, career status, all the things that feminism put a battery in their back to pursue. And where are they headed? Take your ass home. Get the fuck out of here and take your black ass home. That is what number 9 Virgo is doing with that Venus. It's telling Venus, get the fuck out of here, take your ass home, figure out your life, fix your foundation, make peace with your community, make peace with your man, your brother, your husband, your father. Get them demons out your spirit, get your attitude right, fix your image, clean up your character, save your reputation, line up, purify, detox. Because this is the age of visionaries. Men are the creative principle. Women are the facilitating principle. Men represent the fire in the unification of man and women. Women represent the earth in the unification of man and woman. And what I mean by earth is the process of enterprise, the process of efficiency, the executive duties and responsibilities behind creativity. But it's the man who is the creative one. She's the one who gives efficiency to what creativity can accomplish. So with visionaries coming, the fire principle men are going to have visions, but they're going to need the executive and administrative vision of the female counterpart to manifest it. And it has to come together as one. But if she's out there on this selfish ass, self-centered tangent through feminism of thinking about herself, lusting over herself as a man in a man's destiny, in a man's role, in a man's place, stomping around like she got a long ass dick, that can't happen. God is telling her to go home. Bitch, take your ass home. Don't nobody need you here no more. In all these skyscrapers and buildings and offices, go home. Find a husband. Find out what his vision is. Because you have over decades procured skills, talent, efficiency, mastery over any process and procedure that facilitates, markets, and sustains creative projects. That's what you got out of working for massa for these decades on ambitious tangents. So now it's time for you to bring that back home. Home is not yourself and your kids. Bitch, that was a misunderstanding. Do you get it yet? That's what was done to you. That's not right. Where the fuck is your husband? Where's your man? Why don't you never got one? It's time to answer these questions. Y'all gonna be falling from grace from all these skyscrapers. Donald Trump said, get the fuck off my plantation and take your black ass home. Do you got a home to go to? And what I mean by home is man, woman, and child. Do you have that picture to go back to? Or is it just you in your single life, apartment building, condo, with your dog, your little toy dogs, your dildo? This is a real soul review, because everybody got to get in line. Self-determination, assertive visionaries. I am my own ideal. This goes for every flag. For white people, black people, Hispanics, Asians, Islanders, Japanese. I don't care what race. It don't matter what race or demographic. That's not the point. But what I'm saying is Aries indicates everything and everyone that has an identity. This is your chance to now redefine what that identity is. So white people got to redefine their identity just like black people do it, just like everybody else do. I am not preaching separation. What I'm doing is I'm acknowledging that everyone has a clean slate to redefine themselves, is what I'm acknowledging. Okay? Because over here, we don't play the race card. Everybody's welcome. I don't care what color or creed or what, you know what I'm saying? All y'all welcome. Purple, green, purple, you know what I mean? White, blue, I don't give a fuck what race you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck about the shit. You know what I mean? But for her, you have to go back home because God wants everybody to make their own flag, their own constitution among the collective. Okay? That's what time it is. And you can't be doing that out in the fucking field like wild ass horses by your fucking self. You ain't got no husband, no man, no nothing. It's just you. And you're hiding. You're hiding at work. You're hiding in careers. You're hiding in entrepreneurship. You're hiding in skyscrapers. You're hiding. Bitch, what the fuck is you running from? You're hiding. You want it to be true so bad that the black man is no good. He dusty, he low down, he this and he that. But the rest of the world don't think that. You the only one who think that. Everybody else love us except you. You the only one that can't big us up. Kids all over the world, all over the globe bigging us up. But you can't do it. You too proud to do it. Only one you could pick up is the thugs and street niggas. That's it. You know what I mean? Actors and fucking athletes and all that stuff. But on the ground level, nah, you got a problem with that. So you're being sent home for a reason. Ask yourself why. Why are you being sent home? To do some soul searching. That's Virgo, number 9. That's saving you from the detriment of Venus. That number 9 in Venus came out and said, black woman, take your ass home and figure out why you ain't never got no fucking man. Y'all gonna have to grow some thick skin with the infamous astrologers. I'm not claiming to be right in how I deliver things and how I say things. I'll be the first to admit I've got to do better in how I deliver and how I communicate. You know what I mean? Pray for me. Help, you know. I'm trying, man. But I can't be sincere if I'm not being myself. You know what I mean? I can't get the message out if I'm not I gotta be myself. I mean no harm. I promise you, I mean no harm. I have no problem with black women. I'm just acknowledging that the number is too large with black women, and how y'all are allowing the majority to terribly misrepresent you. You don't speak up. You don't fight back against it. You just let the dusty ass, most ghettoist ass bitches misrepresent y'all. And you can't say it's just black women, because it's not. Caribbean women don't have that problem. And they're black. A lot of them. Black Dominican, Hispanic females. African women, and so on and so. Yeah, everybody got their problems. Everybody. But yours is the fucking loudest. You have the most local disturbances of any fucking body. You're notorious for bad character. You blow it out the ballpark. Nobody want to fuck with you. That black fatigue shit is real. And it ain't the men. This is a generation where the boys ain't even a problem in this society. It's the girls. Fuck are we doing? The infamous astrologist ain't the problem here. I'm just calling out something that's really disturbing. Yeah, I get it. But come on, man. Come on. We hustling backwards. Our sisters line up to get peed on by the same nigga. Ask Casey. Ask Casey, okay? They line up to get peed on by the same nigga. Captain save a whole ass nigga over there trying to love her and wife her up. But she want to get peed on by the same nigga. Yeah. Same 3 niggas in every community is getting all the black women pregnant. And leaving their ass in the fucking dust. And they love them. Meanwhile, somebody say something like polygyny, multiple wives, so on and so forth. You twisting neck, talking shit, ain't get ready to share. I can't share, they ain't gonna do this and they ain't gonna do that. But bitch, that's what you already doing. That's what you been doing. And the children can be called to witness of that and who they daddy is. Yeah. Nobody practices polygamy more than a black woman. The African American woman. She is the ultimate polygamist. But with multiple men in one woman. You got the shit backwards. I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole, but listen. You gotta drink your water before you even listen. You know what I'm saying, to this discourse. Half of y'all gonna turn this shit off soon as you detect, you know what I mean, that it's about all of this. I get it. You know what I mean? Y'all don't fuck with this shit. I know it. I could tell. You know what I'm saying? But I put it out there anyway, you know, for who benefit from it. Why? Because we got to have these conversations in the family. We got to talk about this shit. You got to talk to your daughters. You got to talk to your sons about these things. You know what I mean? You can't ignore it. On the 31st of May, as well as the 1st of June, we have Venus in conjunction with Chiron. And Venus, as well as the moon, has different contexts and expressions concerning females overall, just as Mars and Saturn has different contexts of males. The moon and Venus, where they differentiate is the moon more so expresses the woman. A woman is formed. She's first formed by her father, and she's refined by her husband. The female is different. She's not formed. She lacks authority, maturity, and accountability. While the version of the feminine principle is in maturity when it comes to the moon. Wisdom, insight, oracle, high priestess. So when we observe Venus, we are considering the active participants in society from an ambitious standpoint, those influenced by liberalism, those who have yet to establish families or marriage, those who are attempting to climb the corporate ladders of success. They're in their prime. They still have their beauty. They have yet to hit the wall. They still have sexual magnetism, influence, charisma. They still got niggas in their DM. All right? That's Venus. When you go to the moon, this is a different reality of the feminine. She's a homemaker. She's married. She learned what accountability means. She's in the power and authority and wisdom of womanhood. She's a pillar in her community, one way or another. She's a nurturer, advocate, guardian, teacher, healer, comforter. There's so much to be said. She mothers her community and her family. So Venus is very specific to the young, competitive, attractive, ambitious, still active, still popping. Understand? She is yet to hit the wall. So we could put this at, 42 and under. The 42s and under. These topics are not easy to do because I know that it is sensitive. It's not easy to listen to, and a lot of people may think that it's unnecessary to go over it. Some people may think that it doesn't have to be said. Let's skip over this. I don't want to hear that. And I get it. However, this is part of our history. It's part of the meaning that's being expressed in the heavens. It affects everyone. Every single one of us. It's part of the awareness that we should have. No one is separate or disconnected from these collective experiences. Let's look into it. Venus conjunct Chiron, what this is indicating, among many things, is that these groups of females, the liberals, the feminists, the wild horses, okay? They've yet to be tamed. They've yet to belong to a ranch or a harem. Understand? They're wild and free. And I'm not criminalizing that description, okay? Because we all went through stages of being wild and free, okay? So we're not here to say rather it's good or bad. However, this is letting us know that those who have the feminist or liberal disposition in their spirit of young females who are aware that they are still young, they're still attractive, they still have power in the sexual marketplace and influence. They have yet to hit the wall. They have their days ahead of them in which they can be ambitious for career pursuits, dating prospects, so on and so forth, okay? Their blood is really hot. Understand? They're up for healing. All right? I dropped the load. There you go. Everybody go home. They're up for healing, is what this indicates. Chiron conjunct Venus, they are up for healing. So, of course, there's a duality with all things, and that the Chiron conjunct Venus in that direction, the influence is pain, an injury, a cut, a wound. This is females of that description who are collectively going to be wounded. They're going to take a hit somewhere. And the hit is to Aries, therefore the hit is to their identity. And because Neptune is in Aries, it's going to hit them in the illusion of their identity, initiating a dismantle of false identity. You heard it here first. The infamous. In the other direction, Venus's influence upon Chiron can indicate healing coming to a wound that was already there through relationships, finances and resources that has a direct effect upon the identity. Once again, what we also want to take note of is that between the 31st and the 1st, the moon is giving influence to Mars. The moon is giving influence to Mars. So, for the young men in society, because this is Leo, somewhere there's going to be an acceleration in young men's pride. In the other direction, there could be an emotional hit to young men's pride. Okay? Both directions, duality. Another thing that this can also indicate is that the people of society, the moon, can have a collective shocking catalyst that has a humbling effect. So something's on the way to humble us all. Something's on the way. And the moon, conjunct with Mars, it's showing the masculine having reception of a need of care, nurturing, motherly reception. And what that looks like from the masculine is advocacy. Because it's in Leo, it talks about generosity and care. So this Venus conjunct Chiron is indicating a hit to the identity of feminist and liberal females of society. And at the same time that this happens, males are having an emotional manipulation or an emotional demand upon them to show generosity, to show care, to be the receivers, the receptors of this fall. And who are these males? Mars indicates it is the males who are still high in their testosterone. It is the males who are still active in the pursuit of their ambitions and productivity in their life. Now, if we take an honest look at this, it's basically as this fall from the illusion of grace takes place with these kind of females, at the same time, it's triggering an emotional manipulation or demand on the Captain Save-A-Ho ass nigga. Okay, so if I put it in street lingo, I feel more natural saying it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta forgive me out there, you know what I'm saying, for talking like a street nigga sometimes. All right, I'm doing the best I can. You know what I mean? I'm sincere about what I'm saying. I'm sincere about what I'm doing. But I can't just go through the dictionary every day so that I could avoid stepping on everybody's feelings, so it's less niggas crying in the audience. You know what I mean? I could do better if I could just flow naturally, being my fucking self. All right? But that could come across sometimes as, oh, he's so misogynistic. You know what I mean? Like, y'all got to get over that. Y'all have got to get over this whole being triggered and crying because somebody got something to say about females. Where the fuck we going without really knowing the truth about females? Let me say that first of all right? Because any man out there that's listening, here's what I know about a man, because I am a man, okay? No matter what success you obtain, how much money you get, you trip over a lottery ticket, the door finally open, you know what I mean? Your dreams come true or whatever else. The first thing you gonna do is check your roster on what type of females you now have access to. That's the truth. And anybody out there who disagree, nigga, you're lying. Because guess what? I'm a man, so I know how you think. Men live to have access to women. It's that simple. This proposal of monogamy over men's nature is the lie and illusion that doesn't allow you yourself to know and understand your nature. Because you're under the idea that your nature is monogamy, and it's not. You think that the reason that you're living, the reason that you're working, the reason that you're getting up and taking pride in yourself has to do with, oh, you want to be a good person. You want to take care of your children. You want to be a good dad. Nigga, you're lying. Ain't none of that true. The real truth is you're reaching the heights because at the heights, the big lion, the big gorilla, the big bull gets to mate with all the pride and harem. That's the truth. That's the truth for every man. So your success gives you access to that idea because it's your nature to think that way. In higher frequencies of yourself, it's about the purpose through your service to humanity that you realize you have within you that gives you even greater joy. But very few there are men who reach that frequency of consciousness, okay? So let's stop pretending like we don't know what the fuck is going on. That's first of all. So any success that you get, if you're not understanding women, you'll blow it. You'll blow it. So it's futile. Where the fuck you going without understanding women? All right, anyway, let's get back to this. The moon conjunct Cancer at Leo. It's the spirit of Captain Save-A-Ho ass nigga. Okay? He's standing over the city with a cape on, watching these bitches fall from grace. And he ready to save all of them through the spirit of Leo, which is generosity. Okay? Leo is an algorithm of spirit that says, I will take care of you. I got you. Why? Because it is the lion that takes the pride personal. If you need something, you need to ask me. Come to me, consult me, request of me, demand of me, ask of me. That's Leo. Leo feels frustrated and insulted that you should go around him and ask somebody else or her. Okay? So this moon conjunct Mars, it's the spirit of Captain Save-A-Ho ass nigga that's gonna rise up out of the simps of society. Okay? And they gonna want to save all these bitches that's gonna be falling from grace. All right? So I said it in my own natural language. Okay? Y'all can charge me whatever you want to charge me, but I'm trying to be comfortable while I'm explaining this shit. All right? Can't be fucking coddling niggas all the time, man. I be, you know what I'm saying? I be trying. But it's like, goddamn, like, you know, when y'all niggas gonna grow up? Like, for real. Oh, I can't believe you said that. Oh, that's harsh. Oh, that's not nice. Really, nigga? Some niggas is focused on the wrong things. For real. So, both of these things is happening at the same time. All right? That's a read on what's ahead. So, the Captain Save-A-Ho ass niggas is going to rise up seeing opportunity. Because remember, Captain Save-A-Ho ass nigga spirit, that comes from low self-esteem, lack of identity. Okay? And what you end up doing is you use your money and your resources to get what your spirit could not obtain with women, to get the results that your wisdom could not obtain with women, your influence and charisma could not obtain with women. You buy your way into that pussy. You buy your way into her graces. You buy your way into acceptance with her. But it's all an illusion. So two people are going to get taught by the same lesson. Okay? This lesson is manifesting from partly manifested from the layoff, okay, that is most recently taking place in corporate America, especially government jobs, and specifically, this affects Black women, African American women specifically. All right? Once again, y'all can get sensitive if you want. All right? But the truth is that it's African American females mostly who are being affected by these waves of layoffs. All right? And we're looking at the higher reasons for things. And the higher reasons for things is there's a lesson in it somewhere. They're here to learn something. And I've been saying this before the South Node Libra transit. I called it before the South Node Libra transit. So this is mostly going to affect the reality of the African American community. So as these female archetypes are falling from the illusion of grace, the Captain Save-A-Ho simp bitch ass nigga spirit is gonna rise up, and they're gonna put their capes on, and they're gonna start rubbing their hands together, and they're gonna sign up for karmic lessons. They're going to sign up for karmic catalytic trials. Okay? There's gonna be a lot of signing up. Y'all heard of Travis Hunter recently, okay? So basically, this is like a Travis Hunter situation. Travis Hunter, you know what I'm saying, is obviously one of them dudes who can never, you know what I'm saying, pull girls or get no pussy early in his years. But the moment he become a superstar, he get pussy whipped by some female who is, you know what I'm saying, a public toilet seat. And now he up here with a smile bigger than a fucking, you know, a U-Haul truck, playing itself, actually marrying this witch. Okay? That's a sucker. Captain Save-A-Ho ass nigga. Okay? Simp bitch ass nigga. Look in the mirror and ask God to forgive you for being a bitch ass nigga. It's one of those. Understand? Okay? So this is going to present itself as a karmic lesson for these females that are falling from the illusion of grace, and those males who have ongoing emotional codependency issues in which they're led by it to sign up to burden themselves, to sign up to hurt themselves, to sign up to get played, to sign up to get used, to sign up to get peed on. Understand? Okay? So they're both going to teach each other a lesson. The bar is going to come down, which is what's going to raise that. So as they falling for grace, all of these females got plenty of dudes in their phone who are Captain Save-A-Ho ass niggas, who are little bitch ass simp niggas, okay? Who they ain't been listening to, they ain't been calling, they haven't been texting back, they left unread, they ignored, they blocked, or whatever else, all in their DMs. But all of a sudden, out of desperation, because they got laid off, they don't got no job, the car payment due, the repo man outside, you know what I'm saying, their credit score about to drop, house foreclosure, you know what I'm saying, rental, lease agreement broken. You understand? It's a domino effect, this wave of layoff. And because they're attached to these Venus impulses, these females, they're going to act out of desperation to keep it. Because again, they have not allowed themselves to learn these lessons yet. Okay? Now, before I go forward, I'm not speaking of this as a person who did not suffer the same thing. I'm not speaking about this as a person who wasn't subject to the same lessons. Okay? That's not true. Because I was that same person too. I had those same sicknesses and illnesses too. So I'm no better than these same females who I'm talking about, because I was them before too. I'm calling a spade a spade. It don't mean that I was never a spade. Same thing with the Captain Save-A-Ho ass niggas. I was a Captain Save-A-Ho ass nigga before too. I put the cape on before too. I jumped off of a skyscraper, flying into danger, you know what I'm saying? For these chicken heads too. I did it too. So I'm not speaking from a perspective of somebody who's better than them, or who never was that person or played that role. That's not true. So don't think that. You know what I mean? But I'm calling a spade a fucking spade. I'm the weatherman right now. But anyway, let's get back to business. So they have a lesson to catch up to. So we all was learning this lesson because the number 9 Virgo is at the South Node, okay? Through Virgo, okay? At the South Node Virgo, it manifests number 9 Hermit card process, okay? You want to study the tarot card, number 9 Hermit card tarot, okay? Number 9 Hermit card tarot, all right? Virgo, that's South Node right there, right now. So what that number 9 works against is any crisis that you're in or predicament concerning Venus, where there's attachment, addiction, illusions and delusions, suffering, self-oppression, okay? Any of those things with Venus. I have a life path number 9, so I know all about this. My life started in this story that I'm talking about. So don't think that because I'm talking about them, that I'm not also talking about what I myself was once too, okay? Because I got Venus in the 12th house. I was a womanizer. Yeah. I lived that life before. I experienced it. I know what it's all about. Okay? That number 9 works against that Venus. It saves you from getting in trouble with that Venus. It saves you from addictions. It stands right between you and that Venus so that you do not have an inappropriate relationship with the impulse of Venus. You see? Okay? Because Venus is where the shiny things are at, the sweet things, the stuff that you like to take pleasure and indulge in, addictive behaviors and habits. Yeah, understand, okay? So number 9 is active. Those who are not allowing themselves to go through that process and to learn, okay, no problem. Karma will make sure you learn it. If you don't volunteer to learn it through surrender and humility, karma will make sure that you learn it through irresistible means, okay? So this is an irresistible means that's manifesting upon these energies. So whoever is walking around here still got the feminist attitude, the liberal attitude and disposition in their spirit, yeah, that vibration is loud and clear in this universe. And these planets' forces is not getting ready to step over you and ignore you and say, oh, my bad. Nah, you good. You just go over there and hide and we'll skip you and go to everybody. No, it's going to grab your ass up. It's going to take that number 9 energy at the South Node Virgo. It's going to pull you away from it like you pull the skin off a chicken. You know how you pull skin off a raw chicken? Yeah, it's going to pull your ass off that Venus just like that. Understand? Like you taking chicken thighs and you taking the fat of a chicken thigh and you rip that shit off. Yeah, that's what it's going to do. And what it looks like is my car got repossessed. Now you got to get a car that's within your means. House foreclosure. Now you have to have realistic and attainable goals for yourself. An image that is attainable. Right? I lost that shiny girlfriend I had. I lost that shiny boyfriend I had. Yeah. Because the only thing keeping you all together was sex and the pictures that you put up on Instagram for validation. Yeah. So that number 9 makes sure that your life story is sincere, authentic, true. Anything that you are pursuing and striving for because of your ego, because you want to shine, because you want to floss, because you want attention, you want status out of it, accolades and all the value, when you living for the gram, that number 9 is going to slam you because you living for the gram, right? These type of females, I said type, okay? These type of females through Venus, the feminist and the liberal mindset, okay? You will know them by their ways. They got the swirly edges in the wigs. They got the snuffleupagus eyelashes and the long nails, okay? They got the same attitude with the bonnets on out in public. They talk alike, walk alike, think alike. Everything they say is a carbon copy of each other. They don't have their own mind. They don't have their own opinion. They are a snapshot of the comment section. Their whole reality is fake and fraudulent. They want people to think that they're wealthy and successful. They want people to think that they are ahead of their competitors. They're always in competition with their sisters. They envy the destiny of man. They are greedy and ruthless for the fulfillment and attainment of their ambitions. Status, money. Status and money. They will cling to anyone who has status and money. Anybody who got some juice, here they come. The chicken heads, the thought pockets, the streets stragglers. They have no values, no morals, no self-respect, none. Anything goes. They are about the bottom line of their entitlement. They are very well educated through the universities, through the college, but you will find that they lack wisdom. They are well versed. They will convince you that they are knowledgeable and intelligent. They're good at articulating the English language. Yeah, they could play a good one, but they dumb as a box of fucking rocks. They still lack critical thought. Critical thinking is not really something that a school can teach you. Only God can teach you that. Only God can give you wisdom. You can sit in the classroom and collect degrees all you want. Having wisdom is a whole different ball game. Understand? So these same ones of that snuffleupagus eyelash, drawn on eyebrows, wigs and swirly edges and long ass nails, BBLs, attitude, talking shit, can't nobody tell them nothing. Who gonna check me, boo? I got my own this and my own that. I'm independent. I'm a strong black woman. These niggas is dusty. Ain't nobody checking for these niggas. If you broke, say that. Yeah, it's that crowd I'm talking about. Bonnets and pajamas out in public. Yeah. What I'm telling you, what I have been telling you, is that everything that ever upheld feminism and liberalism is now dissolved. It has fallen. Everything that was behind its existence, it fell to the pen of Donald Trump. Donald Trump scribbled away every nut, nail, and screw that upheld the illusion of feminine power through feminism. So now, when these simp ass niggas at that Mars Moon conjunction at Leo, when they catching these broads falling from grace, there are sequences of judgment that arrives at decision, right? Okay? You in a hot moment where y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all about to get sexually active. But the sequence, the critical thought process has different points of consideration now than it did just a very short time ago before the Trump administration. So now, as a consequence of Donald Trump's pen, before you get a girl pregnant, before you go out here fucking these bitches, before you run around here buying hoes with your money and your status and thinking you getting ready to run through them, guess what? There's no more Section 8. You ain't getting on Section 8. You're not getting food stamps, not to a satisfactory level. And if you do get on food stamps, they consider children above 7 years old as not being a dependent. So they're not covered. DEI is up, which is why a lot of females is getting let go. Affirmative action. Black females just got thrown off the damn bus of employment. They are the lowest in employment in America. And it only took 3 months to fall all the way down there. So there's different things to consider before you get a girl pregnant. And there's different things to consider before these girls let themselves get pregnant. Just a short while ago, she could have said in the back of their head, oh, I'll just get on Section 8. They'll push me ahead of the line if I have one more baby. I'll get more on my tax returns. SNAP benefits, EBT. Yeah, I'm straight. I'll get more. I'll just get more for having a child. You know, it's incentivized. It used to be incentivized for females to get pregnant, to be reckless with their womb, to be fucking and sucking. Females used to gain in fucking and sucking and having bastard children, being reckless with their womb. Then put the nigga on child support. And if you married, leave the nigga, take half. There were many games that females could play until Donald Trump got in office. And believe me, the child support and alimony, you best believe that that's going to be adjusted sooner or later. So this fall from grace is like no other time. They're falling without a crutch. They're falling without a safety net. They're falling without handrails. There's nothing to catch the females who are falling except Captain Save-A-Hoe ass niggas. They're the only ones who's there to save them. The only ones. Oh, my car about to get repoed. Oh, don't worry, baby. How much is it? You said $3,500 in arrears? Yeah, I got you, baby. Yeah, you straight. Don't even worry about it. I'm finna get put out. I ain't got the rent. Shit, baby, you can come over here. You good? Yeah, just come to my spot. Yeah, you like it over here. It's peaceful. Captain Save-A-Hoe ass niggas. Yeah. Baby, my credit score dropped. I couldn't keep up the payments on this and that. And Donald Trump, his redneck ass, he done got us all fired. Man, shit, I can't wait till the next administration. I hate that nigga. Baby, don't even worry about it. I got a perfect credit score. I've been working so hard lately. Man, I've been out in that hot sun killing my back. Baby, I got a good credit score. You straight. I'ma sign for it. Get whatever you want. Captain Save-A-Hoe ass niggas is signing up for a lesson of the classic runner and chaser, the classic twin flame dynamic, the classic Aries Libra polarity, the classic codependent versus the narcissist. They're about to learn a lesson. Bitch ass niggas and feminists are getting on the same school bus by the universe. The bus is outside. And the Captain Save a Hoe ass niggas and the feminists are going to get in the same bus. The ghetto thought manipulators, the beautiful and attractive apex predators, yeah, they going to be on the same fucking bus. The bus is outside. Niggas, they falling from grace. Captain Save a Hoe. He's faster than a speeding bullet. He's stronger than a locomotive train. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Captain Save a Hoe ass nigga. Yeah, it's one of them. The S on the chest. Why you think it's through Leo? Oh, what, y'all think I'm making this shit up? Yeah. Nigga, God bless me to understand this shit. Let's get that straight. God bless me to understand this shit. And God bless me to understand this shit from a nigga's perspective. Let's get that straight. I understand this shit from a nigga's perspective. Yeah. Y'all hear how I talk? Come on, man. From a nigga's perspective. Goddamn right. I'm just a journalist. You know what I mean? I'm giving the war report. Don't get mad at me. Fuck y'all niggas be having attitude. I can hear the weeping and gnashing of teeth when I be talking about these things. I can hear it. I can feel the shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I can feel it. But we gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? So, let me back up and show where a lot of this relates to all of us too. All right, let's jog that. Now, this little image down here, you know what I'm saying? If you look at the picture on the screen, it has horses. Why you got horses right there, right? Okay, first of all, every one of us through that Chiron, we were wild horses. Yo, shout out to Royal Leo. You heard? Shout out to Royal Leo. Salute, much love, big up. You heard? We are wild horses. And we had a lot to learn so that God can tame us, so that we could be used. You know what I mean? I know I've been a wild horse, and I'm still a wild horse in a lot of ways. Kicking, fighting, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can't contain this nigga. But if we want to be used, you know, for higher cause, higher purpose, we got to allow God to tame us, man, to tame our spirit. The African American female, she has put herself above correction, and it's not her fault because our government made it like that. They deliberately put her in that position to where she is subject to that illusion that enabled narcissism, arrogance, delusion. And she looks down on everybody who is not her. She is in a vicious competition against her own sisters. And she's in a treacherous and ruthless competition against her male counterpart. She's against every fucking body. You can't correct her. You can't teach her. You can't tell her right from wrong. You can't discipline her. You can't admonish her. There's no reasoning with her. She's always right, never apologizes. She's allergic to accountability, and these are not exaggerations. She's a wild horse. So when somebody is that high up in they self, God has to do it personally. Ain't nothing you could do. Can't nobody save the black woman. Because the government is in the bed with her too deep for anybody to even save her. She too deep in the bed with the government. She's the new white supremacist. She is. She's the new Jim Crow. Yeah. Can't nobody tell her nothing. She was put out front in the head on purpose. The law hardly applies to her. People tiptoeing all around her. Oh, don't make her mad. Don't make her upset. I'm avoiding her. I ain't even gonna say nothing. Nah, nigga. People is done with that. Why do you think white folks got on the internet talking about black fatigue? Black fatigue. Yeah. Who you think they was really talking about? Black males ain't making no noise. Come on, let's keep it a buck. Black males are not making no fucking noise. Let's keep it a buck. The shamelessness, the degeneracy, the lack of morals and values, the arrogance, the fight, the democratic left oppression, the confusing of the kids and the gender and all that stuff came from black women. It's black women who's filling the air, the environment with the worst representations of ourselves on common ground and common experience on a day-to-day in every city. When you see them coming, it's no telling what's getting ready to go down. And whatever goes down, you won't be able to stop it. There's nothing you could do. Once they start acting the donkey, you ain't nothing you could do. Once they set out on a smear campaign for you, ain't nothing you could do. They have become masterful at smearing and destroying reputations, pushing cancel culture against anything true and wise, silencing evidence and facts, pushing narratives from generation to generation on men, fathers, husbands that simply were not true. And children had to come to full adult age to come to the truth of all of these patterns. She has a meeting with God in which God has to address her. And it won't be punishment. It will be correction, alignment, adjustment through karma. Because she rejected anybody else showing her and teaching her. Shahrazad Ali came in the 80s, they attacked her. Kevin Samuels came recent time, they attack him. Anybody who comes to address them and show them themselves, to examine them, they get attacked. They're falling from grace this time, and it's unique. There's no handrails. There's no crutches. There's no fall net beneath them. There's nothing except the compassion, the mercy of your family, your loved ones, your kith and kin. The same people you shit on with that attitude on the way up the ladder. You got to heal it on the way down. And where is that reflected in Jupiter? In Cancer Jupiter. Cancer Jupiter is grace moving through Cancer. Grace moving through the family. Grace moving through the domestic. Grace moving through the home front. Grace moving through homemakers. Grace. It's a massive expansion of compassion, understanding, empathy, sympathy, comfort, security, love, emotional intelligence, emotional support. The safety net this time is the grace of God through Cancer Jupiter. Hopefully, she allows herself to be humble enough to see that. She's coming down to the view of her male counterpart. Okay? And her male counterpart, he didn't have Section 8. He didn't have food stamps. You didn't make it easy for him to have access to his children. You didn't make that easy at all. You made that very difficult. In fact, you made it dangerous for him to even try to do it. Come on, man. I'm from the hood, nigga. You can't lie to me. I know all the stories. Yeah, I'm a real journalist. I know what really happens. You can't shit me. I know what really happens. I know what these sisters do when brothers want to see their children so bad. They want to be a good father. They want to get involved. And what does she say? My baby, my daughter, my son, my child. You ain't getting ready to this and you going that and you ain't going this until you do this and that and you ain't this and you ain't that. And then the narrative comes behind, he didn't want to be a father. He didn't want to be there. He didn't love his kids. He betrayed us and he walked off on us. Ain't none of that shit ever fucking true. These bitches be lying through their fucking teeth for decades, and now people know that they lying. Now people know. All over the world, people know they've been fucking lying. But now, Massa is done using you. The plantation don't need you no more. They're sending you home. Okay? The African American woman is getting sent home. She's finally getting sent home. Y'all don't see what's happening here? She's getting sent home. Now, what happens when you get sent home? Okay? I know a lot about this. Okay? Because I've been a journeyman through the Union, New York City. Okay? All over America. Where I get sent to this project and that project. I mean, I've been everywhere across these states. And going home, when you're away from home, you understand how important family is. It's what makes you realize how powerful the love of family is. Okay, and when you're going home, you always want there to be peace there. Nobody wants to be in a situation where you're at war with your home front. You're at war with your community. You're at war with the people that you love. You're causing division, animosity, separation, hatred, violence, and everything else. Smear campaigns, full political campaigns against this one and that one. The baby daddy and this side of the family and that side. Just keeping up a mess. And when it's time to come home, you know you got to go back to that mess. You can't avoid it. See, we all learned this during the COVID, okay? COVID taught us what we created out of our relationships, and we had to sit with it. We had to sit right there and look each other in the face and deal with what we were creating and co-creating with each other in relationships. We had to heal it. Same thing here. Massa is telling her to take her black ass home and get the fuck off his plantation, okay? Massa Trump is telling these black women, we don't need you. Go home. Pack your shit in your little cubicle and get the fuck on. Now, these women have enough talent, intelligence, skill, creativity to do just fine, okay, after this situation. In fact, I think they will do much better now that they are set free from that. But what I'm talking about is what lesson is manifesting before it gets to that point. Okay? Before it gets to the point where they're using their talents and their creativity to make best out of the situation. The first stopping point is, what is the status between me and my community? Third house Gemini. Gemini new moon we're coming out of. What is the status between me and my family? Those who I seek care and security from, because there's no more safety nets. Fourth house Cancer. Okay? So your security, your survival, your resources, what you need, the cup of sugar that you gotta borrow. Let me hold some gas money till Friday. I got a flat tire. Yo, man, can you come over here and change my tire? Auntie so-and-so, can you watch my kids while I go to this interview? It's the little things that we depend on when it comes to family, to figure life out, to survive, to make it, to stabilize, to secure. You got to come back to deal with all of that, to heal all of that, to fix all of that. Some people might say, oh, I don't got none of that going on. So, okay, some people think that that's the case. But when you no longer on that high horse, the high paying job and the benefits, and you could afford your car payment, you could afford the house payment, you could afford the insurance, you know what I'm saying? All this other stuff. A lot of people are going to start losing all of that, and you're going to become somebody else's dependent. Okay, this is what I'm trying to clarify. People are no longer able to be dependents of the government and the state. Okay, women can no longer, who are able-bodied, okay, Venus is able-bodied women. Let me clarify, okay? Venus is able-bodied females. Yeah. You no longer can get support from the government and state. You have to rely on your resourcefulness in your community to make it through, which includes your family of origin and your marriage, and networking through friends and opportunities through friends. So these have to be healthy situations now. So anybody who is avoiding doing the work because I could tell this nigga to kiss my ass because I got a good job. I don't need nothing from you. My car better than yours. I don't need nothing for you. I live in a gated community. Suck my dick, nigga. You heard? I'm making such and such $1,000 a year. Yeah, suck my dick, nigga. You heard? Yeah, you want one of those. But when you lose all of that, your attitude has an adjustment. Because you lose your status along with it. You lose admiration. You go from being the hand that gives to being the hand that receives. It was all good just a week ago. Now things change so suddenly. It was all good just a week ago. So this is presenting a catalyst to really change the attitudes of these feminist and liberal females, especially the African American female. Look how God works. Look how God works. And that was rapidly done. I'm talking about with lightning speed. This all manifested since the South Node Libra. If we rewind back to the time period of South Node Libra, nobody ever believed me when I was calling it, when I was saying it. Ain't nobody believe what I was saying. I've been talking about this for 2 years now, that this is what was coming. Yeah, 2 years now. She's going to have no choice but to change her attitude. Look at herself. Heal herself, fix herself. But the first place she's going to try to go is to the simp, to save everything that she doesn't want to lose, to save face, to save status, to stay afloat, to keep the false reality, to keep attached to the illusion. And what's going to happen is the simp bitch ass nigga is going to become the trial to the feminist. And the feminist is going to become a trial to the simp bitch ass nigga. And they both are going to become cosmic teachers and transformers and healers of each other. The feminist is going to save the bitch ass nigga from his bitch ass simpness. And he's going to rise to his pimping through those experiences. He's going to have a come to Jesus moment where he look in the mirror and say, God, forgive me for being a bitch ass nigga. And vice versa. They're going to teach each other. Because a Captain Saberhose is rubbing their hands. They are ready. They're ready. Lessons are coming that's going to bring more forgiveness, more healing, deeper emotional intelligence and connection, deeper healing of the families, the generations. A new understanding is going to be born between man and woman. Now, the distractions that kept females from understanding who they are in society, who they are in the family, what is the nature, what is the role, what is the truth of it. Now that Massa told them to take their black ass home, there's less distraction so that they could focus on what their life really means, who they really are. The African American female is the wife of the African American male. That's the truth. She don't want that to be true because she wants to be in competition with him. She wants to dominate him. She wants to be on top of him. She want to be ahead of him. She don't want to be aside or behind him for whatever reasons that she has. That's her attitude. And the African American male is the only one in the world who doesn't have his wife. He's the only one who doesn't have his woman by his side. He's the only one who is facing the world without the power and support of his woman. His woman is an enemy to him. She's an active, open enemy and secret enemy to him. And this starts that healing. It starts acceptance for the true identity. It starts acceptance for the true role. It starts acceptance of her true nature. Because now she will lose access to those things that became distractions to that realization through Venus. The South Node Virgo has you to turn inward. The South Node Virgo number 9 Hermit card, it has you to consult your own heart. It forces you into isolation. It freezes you and disconnects you from any Venus impulse, indulgence or overloads, distractions, again, blockages, okay? So that you can concentrate on the heart center, so that you can arrive at what truth is, so that you can come to the most sincere expression and authentic expression of the self. That is the power of the number 9 that is coming to save women, specifically the African American female. Once the African American female saves herself through the power of the number 9 Hermit card process at the South Node Virgo, she is going to be the head of the revolution for all females. Right now, she is the leading influence of all females in how they visualize and how they imagine what is possible if they indulge or entertain feminism, if they indulge or entertain competing with their husbands, working against their husband, becoming secret and open enemies to their husbands, if they usurp or reject male or masculine authority. What does that look like? They look to the African American woman to know how to express that, how to approach it, to get an accurate read on what are the possible losses and consequences if I should do this. You only need to look to the African American female to know what will happen if you betray your husbands for generations. What happens if you reject your husbands? What happens if you turn on your husbands? What happens if you become an enemy to men? What happens if you start hating men? What happens to your life if you become delusional in the ideologies of feminism? What happens if you actually put feminism into full practice for decades and generations? What happens if you allow feminism to dictate to you how you should behave when it comes to, or negotiate when it comes to children rights and parental rights with the husband or children's father? What happens if you live for generations under the spirit of feminism, where females are the sole controllers of the community, where they are the decision makers of the community, where they are the head and leaders of the community, where they are the influences of the community? This is the African American woman. You need to look no further than the African American female's consequences, her circumstances. If you are a white woman, if you are an Asian woman, if you are a Hispanic woman, if you are Caribbean, Jamaican, Trinidadian, if you are South American, if you are of any other nationalities, as a woman, you need to look at the African American female and save yourself from the temptation of becoming a person who lives their life to compete with men, a person who lives their life to lust over the destiny of man, a person who dedicates their life to defying authority, underestimating and devaluating the contribution of the male principle, men, fathers, husbands, sons in your community. You will end up just like her. You will have her fate. You will suffer the consequences that she has been suffering for so long. Your beauty can't save you. Her beauty didn't save her. Your money can't save you. Her money didn't save her. Your education can't save you. Her education did not save her. So how are you still tempted with this attitude of feminism? How do you still lust for it? Why is there still hatred in some of your heart for men, for your husband, for your fathers? Why do you entertain and believe the social engineering and brainwashing that puts you as an agent of chaos instead of an agent of order in the communities? You can watch her, you can see her. She does not lack beauty. She does not lack money. She does not lack education. She does not lack access. She has all of these things, and she has it abundantly. But yet she can't keep no man. She can't stay married. She can't feel respected. Everywhere she go, people are holding their breath, waiting for the fallout of chaos and trouble and confusion, waiting for the violence. She has destroyed her reputation. Destroyed it. She has no shame at all about anything. You don't want to end up like her. So, this fall from grace, it brings, again, two characters to trial. And they're going to be learning from each other. But on the other side of that, everybody's caught up. On the other side of that, everybody's on the same page. That's a catching up of frequency. Okay? So the Venus at Chiron, this is bringing the pains of Libra attempts. Okay? Which summarizes South Node Libra, drama, trauma, and karma. Okay? That rears its head again as a trigger to the identity. This trigger to the identity is I'm a doctor, I'm a PhD, I work for the government, I make 200,000 a year, I this, I that. All these things that went to the identity that was never true of the identity. Now you have disillusionment at hand. And disillusionment has to bring you back home. Who are you really? Who are you really? Even though it's against popular opinion, a wife and a mother, there's no higher office that you could take than being a wife and a mother. And you are alive from the pits of hell to say there's no good men out there and there's no qualified men. It's no such thing. I would be a liar from the pit of hell to say there's no good women out there. There's no good women out there. No, that's a damn lie. There are plenty of good women out there, just like there are plenty of good men. Do you notice them? Are you interested in them? Is that what you want? Are you prepared for them? Will you respect it? Do you even trust yourself with them? What is it about your appetite or your ideal of what a relationship would look like that has you to not even put them on your radar? Do a lot of them happen to look a little regular? Do a lot of them happen to come with a little less glitter, a little less shine, a little less pomp? You might have a little more healing to do. The more gorgeous a female is, the more drama I gotta fucking deal with. Just like the more wealthy a man is, the more drama you gotta deal with. Because you ain't the only one that want them. You ain't the only one in line for them. Everybody wants somebody that's on high demand. Everybody wants somebody who's in front of the paparazzi. Everybody wants somebody that's popping. Everybody wants somebody who they seen on Instagram. A prototype of their favorite rapper or athlete. A prototype of their favorite actor or Instagram model. This is part of the delusions. This is part of the detriment of Venus that the number 9 at the South Node is purging from our palate. It's giving us a dose of reality that we have to sit with and adjust ourselves to. You know what I mean? You've been wilding out, eating candies, cakes, a whole bunch of fucking season and salt on your food. You can't even taste the rice. You can't even taste the meat. You can't even taste the vegetables because you just loaded up with all that stuff. So I'm going to let you go a little while, eating it a little plain so you can salvage the taste of the vegetables, salvage the taste of the rice, salvage the taste of the meat. You know what I'm saying? To build, you know, it's like you just overloaded your senses. So you got to purge and fast, you know what I mean, to reset it. Because you overloaded your fucking senses. Niggas is out here wilding with Venus. And that's why the number 9 at the South Node Virgo, it has to come and save us from that crisis. Take you down a notch to reality. This wave of females falling from grace is going to strike a common attitude, a common spirit with females. What do females do when something happens, right? The first thing they do is they jump on social media and they go to the 11th house telling everybody how they a victim. That's all they do. They jump online and you best believe there's going to be crowds of these females who are jumping online telling people why they're a victim, why they was wrong, and who need to do what to save them, and who need to do what, who need to act right, and who should have this and who should have that. They are never wrong, they are always right. The 11th house. Because at the 11th house, females are guaranteed to always have what? Alliances. Men don't have that opportunity. We don't have alliances at the 11th house. We only have the alliances that we actively secure. All the female do is got to turn the camera on their face, and automatically majority of who watches that video is an ally. They will defend her, they will protect her, they will agree with her even if she's wrong. It doesn't matter. That's the reality of females. And that's why they fall into delusion. Because the world does not give them the real. They don't know what real is. They don't know what reality is. They are totally out of touch with reality. But this fall from grace brings them back to reality. And part of that reality is self-determination. Do I really have that? What would my life look like if everything that I get, every access that I have, every opportunity that I have to create it? This is going to open up compassion and understanding for her male counterparts. Now you know why your brother wasn't in the position that you were. Why he wasn't ahead like you were. Why he didn't live in the gated community you lived in. Why he didn't have the big car you had. Why his credit didn't look like yours. So on and so forth. Now that you're on the ground learning that self-determination is the only thing that's going to give you motion, you have more patience, empathy, and compassion for those who have been doing it. It's easy to get that attitude when Lyndon B. Johnson got black women started in being a husband. Okay, when the government started being a husband, he lifted them up and left the black man down. And she got an arrogant outlook from that. And she started looking at her male counterpart like, y'all niggas dusty, y'all niggas broke, y'all don't want to do nothing for yourself. But first of all, bitch, they pick your ass up and put you up there. Fuck is you talking about? And you got the nerve to look down from your high horse talking shit? You know what I mean? Did you forget where the fuck you came from? And how the fuck you got up there? Yeah, in the wintertime, you in the warmth of a Section 8, you know what I'm saying, opportunity. You don't have to look at the check that you work and earn money from, you know what I'm saying, when you got $800 of food stamps and two badass kids in a shopping cart, three badass kids walking behind you, and all of them got different baby daddies. You constantly at war with them, threatening the baby daddies. Oh, I'm gonna put you on child support if you don't do this and that. You put niggas in a full Nelson behind the authority of the state. Yeah. You've been a fucking villain in the community. This shit ain't new. You know what I'm saying? So this is a turning point right here. And as I mentioned before, the Sun conjunct Mercury, that indicates the father now having a voice in the narrative. Okay? Mercury is like, that's his children. That's a community. That's also his voice. That's influence. That's his narrative. And at Gemini, it is to be the light, the illumination behind perception. The context and the narrative now includes the perspective of the father. From here on out, it's what that's showing. We're turning a new page in history. This has never been in my entire lifetime. So, what Lyndon B. Johnson started in separating the black man from the black woman and turning her against us, and her volunteering to be the useful idiot and tool and weapon against the black man, she now loses her special place in Master's plantation and she gets sent home. And now she has to look at the demons in the closet that she's been walking past and refusing to show accountability to, because her feet are on the ground now. Now she's getting an on-ground perspective of what life looks like without Master treating you so special. What life looks like without Master having your back. You know what I'm saying? While the rest of the niggas is outside picking cotton, you in there with your nice little dress on, you know what I mean, standing behind Master, getting the special treatment, talking shit about, you know what I'm saying, the niggas outside picking cotton. But now your black ass is outside about to start picking cotton. And when you take your black ass outside to start picking cotton, that's where the compassion is going to start. You're going to start to understand, damn, I was a little arrogant, a little insensitive. This is what y'all been going through. This is what you got to do when you ain't got all these, okay. So this is why niggas didn't want to date. Date, take me on a date, because now I got a budget. Now if I fall, I'm the one who got to pick me up. And I'm out here telling niggas, you dusty, you broke. If you don't take me to a 5-star restaurant, don't take me to no coffee date, don't take me to the Cheesecake Factory. You know what I'm saying? You broke, you dusty. No. The nigga is managing his finances. He's being wise. He's being frugal as he should. And that's a sign that he's responsible. It's like, who the fuck raised these bitches, man? This generation of females is just, they're fucking, it's like they slow. You know what I mean? It's like, at least if they had common sense, it would be different. But they don't even have common sense. It's like arrested development, 14 years old. Nigga, you reason like you 14. He's dusty because he don't want to spend a bunch of money on you for a meet and greet or a first date. Have you become an adult yet? You know what I'm saying? They come with lifestyles, expectations that requires a budget beyond their capacity. And so then they got to open lines of credit to keep up with that. Then they got to get into manipulation, you know what I'm saying? And a little dibble dabbling in prostitution or whatever else to keep up with that. But the bitch ass simp, Captain Save-A-Ho ass nigga, he wags his tail and he's happy to finance the lifestyle that she desires, the experiences that she desires, and he oppresses himself to do it because he hasn't healed. He doesn't respect himself. He doesn't believe in himself. He thinks this is love. He thinks she loves him. She fucking the drug dealer down the street while coming home to you, kissing you in the mouth, and this nigga just peed in the mouth, but she kissing you in the mouth. Yeah, and you like it. Look in the mirror and tell God ask God to forgive you for being a bitch ass nigga. That's all I could say for you. That's all I could tell you. You know what I'm saying? Try to do better. Y'all let females just run circles around your mind, man. Like y'all ain't got no kind of fight back. Y'all niggas just lay down for bitches. You know what I'm saying? You believe anything they say. You simp and sucker your ass around for them. I mean, they might as well put on the dildo and fuck you in the ass. You know what I mean? Ain't no different. Niggas gotta get a fucking spine, bro. Fuck you letting women run you. Control your mind, your thought process, your identity, everything, man. Like, get a fucking spine, nigga. It's sad. I see too many of y'all niggas ruled by the power and forces and influences of females. See, I don't have a dog in a fight. I used to. All right? It's been years since I've been sexually active. It's been years since I've seen a female naked in front of me. It's been years since I've had even a phone contextual relationship with a female. Years. So I'm in a position to be detached from the ongoing crisis between man and woman, and it allows me to see the situation very clearly because I don't have any emotional attachments to the situation. I'm able to see it clearly. What's going on? Who's doing what? And what the fuck is going on? I'm finally able to see the whole thing for what it really is. And that's because I don't participate in that in that fuckery. You know what I mean? I'm not participating in that shit. These females is fucking witches and they got spells on y'all niggas. Yeah. You'll do anything for the pussy, nigga. Sell your soul. Your manhood. Put your dick in the dirt. The fuck? Can't relate. I ain't go front. One time I could. But shit, not today. I can't unsee the things I seen. You know what I mean? Straight like that. So anyway, Jupiter coming into Cancer, this is going to accelerate the healing. Because the humble hearts, all right? Humble hearts is what opens up learning. It accelerates learning. This Chiron at Venus, yes, it's going to be painful, but we already know the intention, which it is healing the identity. It's bringing you back to the authentic version of yourself. Do you think they're going to be able to afford to keep putting these furry ass lashes on and expensive wigs and all this stupid shit? No. Eventually they're going to tap out because they got to choose between a wig and a car payment. They got to choose between, you know what I'm saying, more lashes and long ass ridiculous Cardi B nails and all that stupid shit, you know what I mean, than to feed themselves and their children. A lot of things going to get cut back. You might think I'm talking shit, but yo, Chiron is headed for Taurus. What the fuck you think that mean, nigga? Right? It mean pockets is going to be hurting for some. It means that the financial market is going to have a crisis, if not a depression. The housing market, all right? So depending on what side of it you're on, okay, if you're investing in the housing market, yeah, it could be good for you. But if you need a home, it could be bad for you, or vice versa. Okay, that Chiron can apply to either side of that spectrum. But either way, we're going to be hurting when it comes to economics. That's very unpredictable how that will manifest. So don't think that the infamous astrologist is just, you know what I mean, talking out of his ass. No. Everything is being verified what the fuck I'm talking about. Take it or fucking leave it. You know what I mean? Let me close on this detail. When you think of Venus, think about luxury, right? Okay. What do we have the luxury to do that really wasn't serving us? You know what I'm saying? Some of us men and some of us women have the luxury to turn down good men and good women. We have the luxury to turn down good jobs or good career directions. We have the luxury to pass on opportunities that we probably should seize. Okay? When you have abundance, when you have luxury, when you have many options, you can spoil your own blessings. You can get in your own way, choosing anxiety and everything else. You'll hold out because you always think you're going to miss something. You know what I'm saying? You always think you're going to miss something. You think there's greener grass on the other side. It makes you hesitate for commitment. It makes you afraid of commitment because you got so many options. So sometimes a favor is being done to us when it comes to the number 9 energy working against the detriment of Venus. It reduces the choosing anxiety in your life so that you could get to a sober state. It removes a plethora of options that you have so that you can have a focus And that channels wisdom. It channels understanding and consistency, stability of mind and spirit. Okay? So don't think of losses as a bad thing all the time. You could lose a lot of things concerning Venus in the material realm, but gain a lot in spiritual force. Know that. Always know that. My will here is not to slight African American females, you know what I mean, or just be out here talking shit. But, you know what I mean, I'm calling it, I'm saying it, and I'm not going to shy away from calling it and saying it, you know. And it's not personal, nor does it apply to all black women, obviously, or all women, for the fact I'm speaking about women overall. You know, who it applies to is who it applies to. You know, men out there have to be as honest with themselves as possible and not pretend like females who now have freedom and liberty are not in position to really do damage with it. Because you can't always assume that they're going to be accountable in how they use their freedom and liberty or leverage in society. That accountability has to be there for there to be trust. You can't trust somebody who's not accountable. That's part of the adult reality, is that we should trust each other enough to know that whatever we do and say, we're going to be accountable. Her character is shot, feminism, enabling behaviors of simps, government strategy, social engineering. They want her to be like that. They want her to have this mindset. They want her to have this, this thought process. Because one thing they don't want is for her to come to her senses and that the African American male is her natural husband. They don't want her to come to those senses. They don't want her to realize accountability, because when she realizes accountability, wisdom now goes before all that she does. They don't want that. They like that she always plays victim and blames everybody but herself for the consequences, result, and outcome that she experiences. But sooner or later, you come to a point where you can't go on with those behaviors. And here it is. Women are about to change, as I've been saying it, and it starts with the African American female. Pluto in the moon was conjunct when it left out of Capricorn, headed into Aquarius. That was a prophecy then, that the maturation of females is at hand. They are now going to grow and mature. They got the freedom and liberty that they always fought for, but accountability was the lingering lesson that they had to accept and learn to go with it. You understand? The influence that the African American female has over all women, she has to give account for that. There's a karmic debt to pay off in how she influenced other women and how she allowed herself to be divisive to destroy the black family unit, to work against the progress of the black community through justifications of her arrogance, her selfishness, her entitlement, lack of accountability. Pookie, Ray Ray, Super Thugs. She's been giving all of her babies to him. She's been giving him all the babies that he could ever desire, while pretending to never notice the appropriate man for her destiny, while pretending like that man didn't exist, while pretending like she didn't have access to that man, while pretending like that man was chasing her down. seeking her out. The whole world knows now. She has no place to hide because everybody knows the truth now. It's up. She's exposed, the truth is out, and she has no more argument against the patterns of behaviors that she consistently has been representing herself by. And now it comes to a head where it's time to pay. And not by punishment, but pay the debt of the karma. And karma is education, catching you up with showing responsibility to what you know better about. Answering the call of responsibility behind what you know better than. Monogamy, chivalry, and romance, these are three places where you have not only been lying to yourself as men, but you have also been worshiping women against your destiny, against your vision, against your best interest, against what you should be able to afford for the world. When you're so eager to devote yourself to a woman, you push her away. When you're so eager to give her everything that she asks of you, you only cause her to fall into a disgust that she cannot even explain to herself. When you say yes and never say no, when you're always showing up every time she cries, every time she's frustrated, every time she throws a tantrum, you only make it harder for yourself to see peace with that woman, to get the best out of that woman. The better you treat her, the worse she will be. I know the infamous astrologist is not popular. I'm not here to be popular. I'm expecting to get at least 5 or 6 unsubscribes tonight. But you know what? I'm okay with that. That's not where my self-esteem is at. That's not where my identity is at. That's not where my purpose is at. Go if you need. The better you treat the woman, the worse she will be. I am not co-signing or calling you to mistreat a woman. But when you are constantly having the aim to please a woman, you are all wrong and backwards. You are here to secure her, to protect her, or provide for her through the many ways that provision can manifest, even outside of monetary means. But that is not one and the same with making her happy or pleasing her. It's not your fucking job to please her or make her happy. Happiness is what she herself has to realize as long as you manifest justice to her. Care, compassion, understanding, empathy, tolerance, patience, forgiveness. Love her, in other words. But to go on the mission to make her happy, you're all wrong. The acts of chivalry and the acts of romance is one-directional, is one-sided. You're going through all these rituals and trance and performance, breaking the bank, trying to be as creative as you can to keep her interested in you, to keep her loving you, to keep her attention fixed on you. You got it all wrong. We're turning the corner of authenticity, and we no longer can practice that which is inauthentic. Visionary, that's who you are. Therefore, the point of connection is what you both believe should exist in the world as a service, as a culture, as a facility, as a product, as a lifestyle, or legacy. That's the point of connection. Your joy and your celebration is what you accomplish towards that, not each other. You can have happy experiences with each other. You can enjoy each other, but that should never enter your mind as the goal or aim. You enjoy each other's company. You take care of each other as you fulfill what you came together for. But first is to have a vision. No woman is supposed to take off with a man who doesn't have a vision. Otherwise, what the fuck are you there to do? Suck his dick and jack him off and then start arguing? Fuck you mean? You have to have a vision first. If you don't have a vision, you don't need a woman. You get a woman so you can put her to work for your vision. And you have to choose a woman who has a vision, a conviction, a belief, values that coincide with your vision, that already heads in the direction of your vision, that has a natural alignment with the vision that you have. You can't convince a woman to change her mind or to be something that she's not, or be a person who she's not. Buy here, pay here. Buy as is. There's no longer control over a person, domination, forcing, arguing and going back and forth. Nope. Here's my vision. Here's where I'm going. Here's how I'm going to do it. And you said you're good at doing what? You said you have experience in what? You said you believe in what? We're headed in the same direction. Here's what you could do for me. And here's what I could do for you. But you got to get off your fucking knees with females, worshiping and serenading the pussy, being pathetic because you think you're in love. But it's a sad story of attachment. You didn't hear what happened with mommy. And now you over here in crisis with her. When you're in your right mind and you are that visionary, you are the stallion. Women cannot do what man can do, especially from the point of creation. But women have talents, gifts, capabilities that always leads to efficiency, that always leads to expansion and magnetism. The magnetism that draws and attracts to that which you are creating. She brings the crowd. She nurtures the marketing capacity. She brings the viscosity, not only to your project, but to your relationships that will make it possible at the 11th house. A looking for love head ass nigga is miserable. If that's what you're doing, save yourself. Fix your fucking head. I don't have a problem with monogamy, but I do have a problem with niggas lying about it. If you know you're not monogamous and that's not what you want, that's not what you believe in, say that and be it. Stop being ashamed about it. Monogamy is good for who believes in it. It's good for whose nature is inclined to that. It's good for those who have that intention for the self over their life. But we're not going to vilify the one who sees different than that. These women are already in the habit of sharing men. They just have the preferences on who they want to share. They have the preferences, but it is surely what they are inclined to do. You don't believe in yourself. So the only thing that you can fathom is monogamy. And when you give her monogamy, through marriage especially, she becomes an open enemy because she knows the state is behind her. So she doesn't have to perform. She doesn't have to keep herself up. She doesn't have to show up attractive anymore. She will starve you for sex. She'll stop fucking you. She'll go on campaigns, political campaigns, build you up to get fat, take all your fat, and leave you miserable and dry. Because women in America are incentivized toward divorce. They're incentivized toward child support and alimony and all of the above. Don't be a dumbass like a Travis Hunter and many other characters who go down in the dust with a smile. Where is your head at? Who taught you to feel so guilty, so ashamed about the fact that you want or need more than one woman? Why are you terrified inside of yourself to admit it, proclaim it, stand by it, and have every expectation for it? Why do you need to lie about it? Why do you gotta hide it? Because you don't get the girl if you say it? So be it. Align with who is for you. Choose who likes you and all that you believe in and all that you have committed to. You are not limited to the option of monogamy. Don't live a lie. Monogamy is convenient for these women, especially when it goes with marriage. If it's not behind marriage, they will use the politics of their alliances in the public place if you should violate that, and it becomes the perfect excuse for them to step outside of a moral compass, to step outside of values, to step outside of boundaries, justified on the breaking of your will. When you said you would be monogamous and you broke it because you cheated, now she has a free ticket that she gets to use on whatever immoral activity that she wants and is justified by you failing first. With your dumb ass. You go and marry them through the state, it's a wrap. Say goodbye to the woman that you really enjoyed. Because from there she will slack. She knows she got your ass and ain't nothing you could do. You will hardly ever see the sweeter side of her again. And you may have sex once every 6 months. So why would you trap yourself in monogamy through the state when they don't have this understanding with themselves? They don't have the discipline, the selflessness, the accountability to see the impact of their behavior when they show up to monogamy in that attitude. You might say, why would I take care of all these women? Nigga, who the fuck told you that in modern times you're responsible for taking care of women? They fought for equal rights. And they are equals. They're not for you to control, dominate, and hide in a fucking house. They are free. They got the taste of freedom, and you can't put that back in the bag. It will never change. Now that they have it, they have it. And there's nothing you could do about it. We all should celebrate it. They're free. They could do what the fuck they want to do. It's not in a woman's nature to want to be with more than one man. She has to have a reason to live that way, a reason that is not good. But it is your nature to be with more than one woman. And you don't have to have a reason to justify it other than your nature in and of itself. She is not you and you are not her. The days of burdening yourself with financing all of the desires of females is over. If they want excess in a life of consumption and luxury and all of these things, let them get it on their fucking dime. But where are the visionaries? Where are the people who see a common cause? Where are those who want to use their life, their resources, their skills, their talents, their time, their energy, and their love to create the future? She knows that sooner or later you're going to break the contract of monogamy. Sooner or later you're going to fuck up. And there goes her free ticket. The moment you fuck up, she got a free ticket to do what the fuck she want to do. Because she's going to use your own failure to show up for your contract, the breaking of your contract against you to justify any behaviors that she wants to do. And if you're not married, her alliances will help her to tear down your character, image, and reputation. So why would you sign up for something that you know is not true to your nature? Eventually, you're going to give out. You're going to give in. Keep it real from the start. Don't lie about it. If that's not you. If it is you, that is great. I celebrate it. Nobody's going to accuse the infamous astrologist of working against monogamy. No. I'm speaking against the idea that you should be a liar through coercion of monogamy. Don't be so eager to Captain Save-A-Ho females out here. Don't be so fucking eager, man. Hold your fucking horses. A woman is an investment. She is an investment. And the clarity of that cannot come if you out here fornicating. Stop fornicating, nigga. The clarity cannot come if you out here being promiscuous. See, some of you think that by saying that if you're not monogamous, that you need to start leading with it and proclaiming it. Oh, you thought the infamous astrologist was giving out tickets to, go out here and be messy, sleeping around, dropping babies everywhere. Nope. The infamous is not on that. If there's sex, there's responsibility, mutual responsibility. If there's sex, there's contract already and clarity and confidence behind the contract, because sex creates that which is irreversible. Sex automatically flings you into the 8th house, where it is inevitable that you become one through many possible circumstances. You fall into the 8th house. So all of that needs to be clarified before you out here just fucking. It's too much of that. Stop participating in all that. All these females just running around here, sleeping around. Let them miss you. Focus. You don't want them type of females anyway. Where's your respect, man? Why don't you respect yourself? Why would you want to be bothered with a female who's going through the emotional trauma of sleeping around? Any female who's sleeping around, who's having casual sex, who's promiscuous, who's out here fornicating, her head is fucked up. There's no such thing as a woman who's in her right mind, who's casually fucking. There's no such thing. It doesn't fucking exist. She's loaded with problems that are not yours, and you're inheriting all of it as if it is yours. They are your gateway to viscosity in life, magnetism that you need to come to your creative pursuits. Harmonizers, bringing ease. But none of this is possible. The soft landing, the manifest mercy of a helpmeet, one who helps you to preserve peace of mind. Your oracle, your intuitive insight, the reminder of what your values are, the reminder of what you said you're going to be and do, the one who holds you accountable to your word. Surround yourself with a few of them. Connect with a few of them and get to work and love them. If you realize that monogamy is not you. But the other two things, chivalry and romance, nigga, you got to get that shit out your head. Fair treatment. Love them. The chivalry and romance is not necessary. Stop worshiping females because you're programming them to feel entitlement, to be entitled over your servitude. And God did not put you on earth to be her fucking servant. It actually was the other way around. Fuck you mean? You're already using your strength to secure her. And on top of that, you worshiping her? What the fuck is wrong with you? The more in love you acting with these females, the more they gonna be turned off by you. They gonna be looking the other way because you're obsessed with them. When you obsess over a female, it only causes her to take off and run. She gonna want to get away from your ass. I'm not saying ignore her, but what I'm saying is she holds you closer when she sees that your devotion is to what God put in your heart as a vision. When she sees that, she trusts you more and she will love you deeper. Y'all don't gotta believe the infamous astrologist, but yo, I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm throwing you a bean. I'm throwing you a sandwich. Come on, man. I want you to win. I don't want women to lose. I want no harm towards women. I have never spoken that, ever. Don't get it twisted. Don't make no assumptions, because I'm speaking clear. You know what I mean? It's only up from here. You heard? Schedule for your natal birth chart reading. Keep the clarity going in your life. Let's do the work behind the scenes.